After ironing the large motifs, begin crocheting the second section. Take a look at the finished product. Crochet in rounds along the wrong side of the large motifs. When crocheting, incorporate the sequins. Please watch my demonstration of the specific crochet method. You can see the fabric piece of the second section. As you crochet, incorporate sequins in 2 colors to create a gradient effect. Consider one of the 2 sequins as sequin 1 and the other as sequin 2. The specific color scheme is labeled on the chart. Please watch my demonstration of the specific insertion method. Here, only the method is demonstrated. The sequin colors are random. Still using chunky yarn for demonstration. Take the beading needle and the yarn tail from the previous fasten off. Place the yarn tail in the middle position of the beading needle. Take out the sequins. While crocheting, pay attention to this. Avoid direct contact of sequins with hard surfaces like desks. To prevent sequins from getting scratched, insert into the hole. 1 sequin is now threaded. Here I only demonstrate the method. Quantity is random. The same quantity is labeled on the chart. When actually threading, you can add more to prevent running out. You can also align the hole positions of the sequins. Thread multiple sequins at once. Check carefully while threading sequins. If there are flaws, do not use them. After threading the corresponding number of sequins, continue crocheting. Remove the beading pin. If you notice the yarn tail at the starting position coming loose, you can cut off this section of yarn tail. This is the method for threading sequins. If you notice during the crocheting process later on, if there's a joining point in the middle of the yarn ball, the sequins can't move past it. I'll demonstrate this moving technique with a sample. You can cut at the joining position. Thread the connecting yarn tail through the beading pin. Gather the previously threaded sequins together. Pass through all at once with the beading pin. This allows you to move sequins quickly. Repeat this process for all sequins that need moving. After moving all sequins, then tie a simple knot with the yarn tail of the fabric piece. Weave in the tail later, when crocheting. This is the method for moving sequins. Work the first round. Make a slip knot with the yarn tail threaded through sequins. Hang the yarn tail on the left hand. Take the large motif. When actually crocheting, don't forget to iron it. Here I only demonstrate the crochet method. Skip this step. Place the large motif with the wrong side facing you. From the second to last round, work single crochet into the corresponding position of the turning chain. Start crocheting from the beginning chain. Insert the hook. Pull through the knotted loop. Adjust the loop size. Make 1 beginning chain to start. The turning chain corresponds to the stitch below. Work 1 single crochet in this stitch and the adjacent stitch. Do not incorporate sequins while crocheting. Weave in the starting tail together. Mark the first stitch. If the starting tail is long, leave about 5 centimeters in length. Cut off the excess. Then work single crochet into the adjacent stitch. Incorporate sequins while crocheting. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. Move a sequin. Place it behind the hook. Yarn over. Pull through all loops on the hook in once. Pay attention when yarn over. Don't pull the tail too tight. Prevent the sequin from standing up at the back. Let the sequin hang naturally. If you notice the sequin standing up, it means the single crochet is too tight. You can slightly pull the sequin. Loosen the yarn tail a bit. Let the sequin hang naturally. The third stitch is completed. Continue to work 4 single crochets. No need to bring in the sequin while crocheting. After finishing, make a single crochet in the adjacent stitch. Bring in the sequin when working this stitch. Insert into the corresponding position. Pull the yarn through. Move a sequin to the back of the fabric piece. Yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. Don't pull the yarn tail too tight. The single crochet is completed. If the sequin at the back isn't hanging below, slightly pull the sequin. Loosen the yarn tail a bit. This way the sequin will hang naturally. When crocheting later, always use this method to incorporate sequins. I won't repeat the instructions anymore. Continue crocheting 4 single crochets. These 4 stitches don't need sequins. After completing them, crochet the 5th stitch. When crocheting this stitch, incorporate a sequin. Continue crocheting 5 single crochets. The first 4 stitches don't need sequins. When crocheting the 5th stitch, incorporate a sequin. Let's look at the pattern for this round of crochet. Work even single crochets by picking up stitches corresponding. Skip 4 single crochets. When crocheting the 5th single crochet, incorporate a sequin. Don't crochet the sequin single crochet too tight. Repeat this process. Continue crocheting all the way down to finish. Finish the 3rd to last single crochet. There are 2 stitches left on the left side. Don't miss the stitch at the node position. Work 2 single crochets inside it. No need to incorporate sequins while crocheting. These 2 stitches plus the starting 2 stitches. Total of 4 stitches. Finally, join with a slip stitch at the first stitch position. Pull tight. Look everyone, this is what the first round looks like when completed. Now crochet round 2. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Need to incorporate sequins while crocheting. Mark the stitch. After completing, chain 7 as transition. Skip 4 stitches underneath. Make single crochet in the 5th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't forget to incorporate sequins while crocheting. This entire round incorporates sequins when making single crochets. Continue with chain 7 as transition. Skip 4 stitches underneath. Make single crochet in the 5th stitch. Let's check the crocheting pattern here. It's single crochet every 4 stitches apart. Need to incorporate sequins when making single crochets. Chain 7 as transition between every 2 single crochets. Repeat this process. Work down to complete the remaining. Complete the last single crochet. 4 stitches remain on the left side. Leave unworked. Chain 3 as transition. Make 1 treble crochet at the marker spot. Yarn over twice. Insert into the first single crochet stitch. Draw the yarn through. Work down to complete the treble crochet. Look everyone, this is what it looks like after completing round 2. Move on to round 3. Make 1 beginning chain to start. This stitch corresponds to the space below. Work 1 single crochet in the space. Insert into the space. Draw the yarn through. Don't forget to incorporate the glitter while crocheting. Mark the stitch. Next, make 7 chain transitions. Work a single crochet in the adjacent chain space. Crochet in the middle position. This entire round is worked in the chain spaces of the previous round. Work 1 single crochet in the middle position. Incorporate the glitter while crocheting. Between every 2 single crochets, still make 7 chain transitions. Repeat this process. Continue all the way down to finish the remaining part. Finish the last single crochet. Make 3 chain transitions. Work 1 treble crochet in the first stitch position. Look here. This is what the third round looks like when completed. Let's take a look at the crocheting pattern here. Starting from the third round, work single crochets in the chain spaces of the previous round. Don't forget to incorporate the glitter while crocheting. Make 7 chain transitions between every 2 single crochets. After finishing the last single crochet, make 3 chains. Join the treble crochet with the first stitch. Repeat this process. Continue crocheting up to the 10th round. I won't demonstrate this part. I'll use a small sample to demonstrate how to count rounds. Because the spaces are staggered, count the number of diagonal chain spaces. 1, 2, 3. There are a total of 3 rounds of spaces, plus the single crochets worked evenly in the first round, making it 4 rounds in total. This is the method for counting rounds. Because the sequins consist of 2 colors, a color transition is needed. I'll continue using this sample to demonstrate how to insert the second sequin. After completing the 10th round, chain 1 to secure. Pull a large loop. Leave a yarn tail of about 5 centimeters. Cut off. Pull tight. Mark the position of the last space. Tuck the yarn tail along the texture of the right side of the fabric. Take a new skein of yarn. Here I'll demonstrate with a different color yarn. Before crocheting, leave a yarn tail of about 6 meters for sewing. The reserved yarn tail here is quite long. You can wrap them up first. Set them aside for later use. Next, insert sequin 2. The specific quantity is marked on the chart. When inserting, you can add a bit more to avoid running short. After completing, add 2 rounds of sequins for the middle transition. The number of sequins here is fixed. No need to add extra. These 2 rounds both involve inserting 2 colors of sequins. 2 sequin 1s. 2 sequin 2s alternately inserted. Repeat this process. Match the corresponding sequins until finished. I won't demonstrate this part. This is the method for inserting the remaining sequins. When crocheting, pay attention, because every yarn's tension is different. The size of the crocheted piece will vary. If you haven't completed 10 rounds yet, and the yarn runs out, adjust the position using the method demonstrated earlier. After crocheting the connecting treble crochet, fasten off the yarn. Pick up the new yarn to continue crocheting. First leave a yarn tail of corresponding length, then thread the corresponding quantity of sequin 2s, and the transition sequins, followed by threading the sequin 1s needed for the remaining rounds. After threading all the sequins, join the yarn to continue crocheting. The joining method is the same. Here I'll continue demonstrating the method with this sample. Rounds are random. Starting from the chain space marked with a stitch marker, tie a slip knot on the yarn tail. Hang the yarn tail on the left hand. Insert the hook into the corresponding space. Pull the knotted loop through. Slightly adjust the loop size. Make one beginning chain to start. Work one single crochet in the same stitch. Remember to weave in the yarn tail, and thread the sequin while crocheting. Mark the stitch. Leave about 5 centimeters of the starting yarn tail. Cut the yarn. Then work 7 chain stitches as transition. While crocheting, place the starting yarn tail above the yarn on the left hand. Weave it into the fabric texture together. Work single crochets in the adjacent chain spaces after completion. Follow the same crocheting method as before. Complete them on your own. I won't demonstrate this part. This is the method of joining the yarn. The crocheting method for the following rounds remains identical. After finishing the last single crochet of the final round, work 7 chain stitches as transition. Join with a slip stitch at the first stitch position. Repeat this process accordingly. Continue crocheting downward. Since every iron's tension varies, you can work up to the round number indicated on the chart, or crochet until all remaining strands are used up. I won't demonstrate this part. Now I'll use a sample piece to demonstrate the yarn tail treatment method. Since we're only showing the technique, skip adding the sequins. After completing everything, work 1 chain stitch to secure. Leave about 5 centimeters of yarn tail. Cut the yarn. Weave in the yarn tail along the texture on the right side. After finishing, turn the fabric piece over, with sequins facing outward, large motifs also facing outward. This completes the lampshade. Once the lampshade is completed, assemble all the parts together. I'll continue using this sample to demonstrate the assembly method. Take out the lamp frame. Place the lampshade over the lamp frame. Adjust the position. Align the corners of the large motifs with the corners of the lamp frame. Use stitch markers to secure them in place. Then take a section of the outer edge of the lampshade, about 2.5 to 3 times the length of the yarn tail. So, using the previously reserved yarn tail, the yarn color matches the lampshade color. Here for better visibility, color scheme is random. Thread the yarn tail into the needle. Tie a knot at the bottom of the yarn tail. Leave the yarn tail slightly longer. Use the whip stitch method to secure the last round of the large motifs. to the lamp frame. First, secure the corner positions. Insert the needle from front to back through the lamp frame. Then draw through from back to front at the corresponding outermost stitch of the motif, and the single crochet in the middle of the corner, approximately 1 stitch apart. Pull out a portion of the yarn tail. Thread it through the reserved loop. Tighten the yarn tail. Then insert the needle from front to back through the lamp frame. Into the other side of the lamp frame. Then from back to front, draw through the corresponding stitch of the motif, approximately 3-4 single crochets apart from the previous insertion point. Tighten the yarn tail. Continue inserting from front to back through the other side of the lamp frame. From back to front, insert into the stitch between 2 insertion points, which is approximately the middle position of this corner. Tighten the yarn tail. This corner is now secured. Then insert through the lamp frame. Secure this side. Approximately 2-3 single crochets apart from the right side insertion point. Draw through the large motif. Tighten the yarn tail. Continue inserting the hook from front to back through the lamp frame. Insert into the corresponding stitch of the large motif, approximately 2-3 single crochets apart from the right side insertion point. Tighten the yarn tail. Each time sewing is done by inserting from front to back. This sewing method is called whip stitch. Here's a small sewing tip. We always place the hook underneath the yarn tail when inserting, so that tangling won't occur as the number of stitches increases due to repeated sewing. Tighten the yarn tail as you sew. In the middle position of each side of the motif, between 2 adjacent insertion points, leave a space of 2-3 stitches. Each corner should be sewn using the previous method. Repeat this process. Continue sewing downward until finished. Finally, draw through from the first insertion point. Make a simple knot with the reserved yarn tail. Cut off the excess. Weave in the 2 yarn tails along the fabric texture. I won't demonstrate this part. Now the top motif is secured. Next, attach the last round of the second section to the lamp base bottom. You can first use stitch markers to hold them in place. Still secure with whip stitch method. Take a yarn tail about 2.53 times the length. Color choice is random here. Thread the yarn tail through the needle. Tie a knot at the bottom. Secure the fabric piece's bottom chain spaces to the lamp frame. Sew through each hole twice. Continue sewing downward. Finally, pull the needle out through the first hole. Tie a simple knot with the 2 yarn tails. Trim the excess. Weave in the remaining tails along the inner texture. This method is quite simple, so I won't demonstrate it here. Now the lampshade and lamp frame are securely attached. Next, install the pendants at the bottom of the lampshade. Let's take a look at the finished product. The pendants consist of seed beads, teardrop pendants, and will beads. Install 4 pendants on each side of the lamp frame. Now watch me demonstrate the specific assembly method. Take a yarn tail. Make the yarn tail slightly longer. Color scheme is random as well. Pull out 2 strands. Insert into a beading needle. Or you can use a finer sewing needle. Take a teardrop pendant. Thread the needle through this hole. Then add 6 seed beads. Then remove the beading needle. Take the yarn tail that wasn't threaded with beads. Insert it into the beading needle. Then thread 6 more seed beads. Then combine the 2 yarn tails together. Insert them into the beading needle at the same time. Thread 1 will bead. Continue to divide the yarn tails into 2 parts. Thread 20 seed beads onto one part. Because the size of each seed bead hole varies. When encountering a smaller hole, if the seed bead can't be threaded through, you need to remove that seed bead. Then rethread the seed bead. After completing, insert the needle into the corner position of the lamp frame. Take out the lamp frame. When sewing, secure it together with the edge of the fabric. You can thread through again. Then tie a simple knot with the 2 yarn tails. Adjust the position of the beads. Move them to the edge position of the yarn tails. Insert the other yarn tail into the beading needle. Thread 20 seed beads. Move to the edge position. Space about 5 centimeters apart. Secure the yarn tail and the lamp frame. Secure it together with the fabric piece when fixing. Gently tighten the yarn tail. Tie a simple knot. This way a pendant is attached. The yarn tail is still quite long. Then sew the second pendant. The inserting method here is different from before. First thread 20 seed beads. Then thread 1 will bead. After completing, thread 6 seed beads. One teardrop pendant. Continue threading 6 seed beads. Then insert the hook upwards. Draw through the will beads hole. Next thread 20 seed beads. Adjust the bead position. Place them at the edge of the yarn tail. Then space about 5 centimeters apart. And the lamp frame. Secure the fabric piece. The second pendant is done. The rest are installed using this method. Attach 4 pendants to each side. Finish assembling them on your own. I won't demonstrate this part during sewing. If the remaining yarn tail isn't long enough for a pendant, take new yarn to sew. Take new yarn. Thread the pendant using the previous method. I've pre-threaded this one. First secure the yarn tail on this side. Fix it at the previously secured position. Tie a simple knot with the previous yarn tail. Then tie another simple knot with the lower yarn strand. Leave about 5 centimeters in length. Cut off the excess. This way the yarn is joined. This is the method for joining the yarn. Continue attaching the pendant with the new yarn. The method is identical. Once all pendants are attached, weave in the yarn tails along the inner texture. I won't demonstrate further. Next, secure the lamp frame and base together. First, remove the fastener. Place the lamp base at the corresponding position on the frame. Then twist on the fastener. The lamp frame and base are now secured. After securing, tidy up the sequins. Let them hang naturally. Up to this point, the making method for this lamp is complete. If you have any unclear parts during the crocheting process, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.